The next origin is the Hydra origin created by the user known as Xeon, I think that's what his set name is. This is a 3-impact origin, a mythical creature famed for its regeneration and immortality. It possesses both poison and venom and can even kill a god. You have 8 extra lives that can regrow given time, or by laying waste to your enemies. In return, you are also extremely vulnerable to fire, lava, and temperature. 9-headed, you have 8 extra heads that regenerate over time. I am going to assume that is one of the 2 bars that are currently moving. Oh, it's a blue bar maybe? I don't know. I guess we'll figure this out as we go along, baby. I see 2 new. Green bar is for heads, but it takes a fairly decent amount of time to regen just by standing there. Fair enough. Blue bar is your rage. Autonomy 1. And you can regenerate from death if you have an extra head. Autonomy 2, the more heads you lose, the less max health you have. Autonomy 3, in return, you cannot use any totems of undying. Okay, so now that we're at full bar, it gives us full health again. And so let's say if we get ourselves a husk over here. Hey boy, how you doing? Bonk. Let's just let him kill me. He's fighting the regen really hard. Like, if you have regen 3 when you're at max. There it is. It takes a little bit of your head health. I'm assuming each green section, each like little green section of the bar is the equivalent of a head. So when you have a full bar, you have 8 heads in total. So when you lose a head, it will knock the bar down by a little bit. Okay, you can lose another head, and then we get absorption wallet again, and then another head, and then another head. Then another head, another head, and it just keeps decreasing your health at the same time. Absorption, resistance, hunger, and strength. I should move away before they kill me. If they can get you into a low enough health range to start knocking off your heads, you'll start to see yourself losing health quickly. But you can last a little bit. Break, then break, and that's it, isn't it? One last one, and then dead. And we're only at 2 hearts at the lowest amount of health. Wow. So for 1 head, you have 2 hearts. At 2 heads, 3. Then we put up 2. Then you're at 4. Next level at 3. Then you're at 5. 4. Then you're at 6. 5. Then you're at 7. Drop. That didn't use the totem. Okay, if we set our heads to 0, and then we go up. Yep, totems just don't work. That's pretty interesting. Totems are just gone. No totem for you. Regeneration, you have a passive regenerate effect of all times. It's just regeneration 1 at most cases, which is pretty neat. Regeneration amplification. Your regeneration rate increases the lower your health becomes. So if we go up, we take a little bit of fall damage. We now have regeneration 2 at half health, so our health will jump back pretty quickly. And then it'll go back to normal regeneration once we get high enough in the hearts. If we take more damage, this shouldn't kill me. We then have regeneration 4, which will then turn to regeneration 3, which then turns to regen 2, and then goes back down to regen 1 as your health increases back up to full. Pretty neat. Poisonous body. Every inch of your body is laced with potent venom. Anything less is laughable. You're immune to the effects of all wither and poison. So what? If we command, give, is there the wither effect. Unable to apply this effect, target is either immune to effects or has something stronger. Yep. Then we go poison, and then the same thing happens. You can't take it. Simple as it is, my friend. Lethal venom. There is no toxin more devastating than that of which can kill a god. All of your attacks inflict severe withered damage. Your poison's potency decreases in hotter weather, however. Nah, let's just go Ravager. Bonk. So, in this weather here, $10 damage. Ah. That's interesting. So in hotter weather, let's say a desert, your wither effect is a lot less effective. Also, you have some other things, which we'll go over soon. Carnival Hunger. You crave the blood of your enemies. The more you hurt them, the more your primal rage is sated. Being hurt greatly dissatisfies you, however. So, as we can see, we're at maximum rage, which means that we have Absorption 5, Fire Resistance, Fire Resistance, and Saturation. If we do just, get out again, let's get back to max. Bang, 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 bang. And then one more time. And now we're at max rage. So yeah, you have Absorption 5. Which, if I want to do this... Which means that you double your health bar. Fire resistance... Oh shoot, you can hit me from there. Not nice. I did not expect that. You're rude. Took away my ability. Rude. Mean. You're an asshole. Take it. Take it, you... Okay, now we're back here. So yeah, you have double your health bar with absorption. Big boy. Get higher. You have fire resistance and a saturation boost. Pretty neat. Primal growth. Once your lust for bloodshed is sated, you regain one lost head and shed your skin for temporary fire resistance. Resource our heads down to 7, and then we get back to max. We get another head, and then we get fire resistance. Oh! Oh, okay. So, if you do not already have max heads, when you max out the blue bar by dealing damage to your enemies, it will reset the blue bar back to 0, but give you another head, as well as give you temporary fire resistance. Fair enough. Overheating. Your body is not suited for the extreme heat. You take significantly increased fire damage. You also cannot gain the effects of a fire resistance potion. Let's get ourselves a flint and steel. Grab ourselves a lava bucket. And because of Ravager die, let's go back to survival here. Pop goes the weasel. Holy dooly. It also doesn't pop your heads when you're in lava either. That's interesting. So what if I take... Ah. So with this, not only will fire hurt drastically, lava will practically insta-kill you, it also will not pop the autonomy ability. It will not break one of your heads to give you the ability to live for a little bit longer. Mainly because, well, what's the point in that? You'll just burn through all your revives anyway. That's interesting. So it's both punishing, but also nice at the same time. Because it does mean that you can't just save yourself if you touch lava. It will just practically insta-kill you. But it also won't destroy all your heads for touching lava. That will just be null and voided. I would say that's both a good and a bad thing with how that works. It just means that if you touch fire and die to fire, you're guaranteed to die, but you won't be punished drastically by losing your heads. Fiery Inversion. Your cells denature easily, stopping you from regeneration if you are ever set on fire without any fire resistance. And yeah, as we said before, the only way you can get fire resistance is via your rage, which you can only get the fire resistance when you max out the rage. So if we step in there, your fire regeneration's gone, so let's get out. But then, if we get ourselves a Ravager again, put him over here, tap him. Tap him again. These Ravagers are not having a good day. They're just getting bullied. And again. And now that we're maxed out, I should probably... So that we're maxed out in Rage, we can now step forth into the fire without having any of the effects affect you because you got fire resistance. Be wary though, you take damage at any time and the fire resistance goes, you no longer have your regen and now you're just slowly dying to fire. Unfortunate for you. Oh my god, you live. Fire demise, if you're set on fire, you can no longer revive from lethal damage. Take care not to repeat the mistakes of your ancestors. We've already seen that one. You know what it is. It's just mean you don't have your revival go off whenever you're in fire. That's both punishing for touching the fire, but also pretty nice because it doesn't burn through your heads for touching said fire. As I said, it's a mixed one whether you believe that's a good thing or not. You can gain more rage quickly if you keep hitting mobs while they wither. Fair enough. Athrometric. Although you thrive in temperate, moderate climates, extreme temperatures make your body either sluggish or tired. You're inflicted with weakness in hotter biomes and slowness in colder biomes. So if you go over to a colder biome over here, now you've got slowness on top of your regeneration. Go back over to the desert over here, you'll lose your slowness, but instead, you'll have weakness. Which is not fun. Not fun at all. Uncoordinated. Being a snake in a human form, your limbs are less dexterous and thus you cannot wield a shield. Ah, the classic unwieldy. And that one just means, you see the shield? No matter how much you right click, you can't use it. It is what it is. Boop.